All right, gang, here we go. 10 seconds. Whatever you do, don't bitch out. The Hero Watch 4 scooter, he died on July 22nd, 2015. So they come to the gym, I think this is their 4th or 5th year. Then when they come in, they'll do the hero workout together as a group. And then when they leave here, they actually all go together to the gravesite. It's a partner workout. So you go through, one person does the full round while the other person rests. It's 30 double unders, 15 pull-ups, 15 push-ups, and then a 100-meter run. When you come back in, you switch, then your partner goes through the dubs, the pull-ups, the push-ups, and the run. And then at the end, there's a 5-minute window and you do a partner deadlift together. So that'll get interesting. Usually for these guys, we try to put a governor on them at some point. It gets crazy, yeah, they get competitive. How we doing? Welcome back in, buddy. Come on in, make yourself at home. Got you. Jump rope's good too, or are you gonna bike instead? Perfect. What's your name?
I'm Madison.
Maddie? Nice to meet you, Maddie. What's that? Ethan? Nice to meet you, Ethan. It's nice to meet you. Were you here last year when you did it? Yeah. You guys all did it last year. Okay, cool. You gonna do the workout again now? Right on. Awesome. Cool. Well, welcome, guys. Welcome, gentlemen. How we doing? Very good. Awesome. It's great to have a lot of you guys back. Absolute honor to have you guys in here year after year to honor Sergeant Scott Lunger here with our Hero Workout scooter. Quick question before we get started. How many of you guys directly served with Sergeant Lunger? So I don't need to express the impact of this and why we're all here today, especially to this crowd here. But like I said, it's awesome that you guys are continuing this legacy and continuing to honor him year after year after year, and it's an absolute privilege for us to be able to host you guys here at CFL. It's crazy to think about where we are in like society right now, right? Like, well, I think I talked about this last time. It's like, shit, you guys have somehow turned into media's public #1 enemy. And it's absolutely absurd because we see what happens when we devalue our law enforcement officers and what you guys do every single day when you put that belt on, you put the badge on, and you get into the car. And I want you guys to know that within this community, specifically here in Livermore, and the community that is watching through this lens, we have not forgotten what you guys do, and we appreciate the hell out of it. So don't believe all the bullshit in the corporate media, because there is still a great respect for what you guys do and a great appreciation for it, okay? This workout is long, it's a grinder. If some of you guys haven't done it before, so pace yourselves accordingly. Typically we get the music going and the 3, 2, 1 go, everybody comes out like a bat out of hell. And then you look up at the clock and 6 minutes has gone by. So make sure you guys pace accordingly. All right, gang, here we go, 10 seconds. Whatever you do, don't bitch out. Get set, 2, 1, let's go!
About 9 years ago, tomorrow, 2015, Scott was off on him and I actually were in the same area, and we both were looking for a vehicle that was involved in a homicide recently at that time, and he went off on a car stop, and he heard basically a car possibly doing donuts, and I was close by, I heard the same car.
And at first the car didn't stop, it kind of kept going, so he was putting that out of the radio, so units started going his way. It finally pulled over.
I went to go cover him as he got out of the car and started approaching the suspect vehicle. Unfortunately, the driver of the vehicle pulled out a gun and shot Scott.
The driver shot him twice, point blank. One right to the head, it killed him instantly. He went down, and his cover unit was just getting there at the time.
Pretty much died right there in my arms. I was there, luckily, and returned fire at the suspect vehicle as it was fleeing.
And then the cover officer, as he was driving away, fired multiple rounds into the car, striking the driver in the side.
It was around 3 o'clock, 3:15 in the morning. So I assume he was shooting at me, but I don't know. I know he fired multiple rounds towards at Sergeant Lunger, which I was right there too. So I don't know. Obviously, at the end of the day, I don't know if he saw me or not. But he did try to flee, and I chased after him on foot and was able to shoot rounds back into the vehicle. No, not. I knew I hit the car. Obviously, I didn't know the extent of his injuries, if I hit him at all. Obviously, we didn't know who he was at the time when everything happened.
The driver drove to Oakland, dumped his car. He knocked on somebody's door and said he was just shot in Oakland, so he went to the hospital. And luckily, Oakland Police Department then went to the hospital because we put out a bulletin all over the Bay Area that an officer was just killed and a description of the truck, and then they had the driver that showed up there. So luckily, they put 2 and 2 together. He was detained, and then come to find out that was him, and we found the gun. And
so then I went back to Sergeant Lunger, who was on the ground at that time, and tried to render aid to him, but like I said, he pretty much died right there in my arms. Luckily, we had some other officers that were close by. They were able to get there on scene, help me, and like that, to get him transported to the hospital. But yeah, then I didn't know until later, basically, that the suspect was located, and he had turned himself into the hospital.
So he was sentenced to life in prison. So the trial's all over with, and so we got some justice with that. So he was a big part of not only the police department, but he was a team leader on our SWAT team. So a huge, just a huge person and influence on this team. So yeah, we were beat partners, and we worked together for 15 years. So he was one of my really good friends.
$725, something like that. We'll have to add it up, but it's over 700 pounds. That's for sure.
We got something for you.
Oh shit.
You've hosted us. I counted 3. I think you said 4. Sorry. It's for you guys. We had it engraved, especially for CrossFit Livermore. You guys have hosted us for, like I said, I believe 3 years for sure that I've been a part of. We recognize what you're doing, 1, for the CrossFit community, 2, for the first responder community. I know you come out and train the Hayward Fire guys quite a bit, so we want to thank you for hosting us. This is from the SRU team. It's all yours, my man.
Holy shit, this is amazing. Holy shit, you guys, thank you. You know, I've gotten different things over the years, but I think this has to be one of the most badass things I've ever received, guys. And thank you very much. Like I said earlier, it's a privilege to be able to host you guys here year after year after year, and we hope to continue to do it far, far, far out into the future, right? I mean, the work that you guys do does not go unnoticed. And the purpose of this media here is hopefully that when we put this out to all the follow and everything else, that this inspires a dozen, 2 dozen, 3 more gym owners that sees this and will reach out to their local law enforcement, whether they just get everybody together to honor a hero or honor one of their heroes like we do here today. The important thing is to keep the message and to keep it going. But you guys, thank you. Holy shit, this is incredible. I really appreciate it. Thank you, guys. All right, should we get a photo real quick?